What's up, everybody? Welcome to the No Scrubs Allowed podcast. Sil, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, my friend. Excited
Yes,
as hell
sir.
for a good night of basketball. We're recording a little late. We're both kind of getting used to new lives.
Yeah, but I will be posting this as soon as we're done, so it'll be up on Wednesday, just a little late. That's okay. So we're not going to be able to talk about the game, obviously, because it's going to happen sort of the end of the podcast slash right after it's over. But you guys might see I'm supporting the losing team here. I ditched my son's jersey for the time being because I know England lost, but I really wanted to wear the shirt to support Rashford, Sancho, Saka. These dudes, we can talk about it a little bit. It sucks. They took some weak penalties, but the coach put them in kind of
Wanka
late.
the Yanka?
The
Sancho?
the
Wanka the
coach
Yanka.
the coach put them in a little late, but all three of these dudes are getting digged at by all of Europe, all of England, because they were, of course, of color, and they were the ones that missed. You have not seen this shit?
No, I haven't. I was sitting there saying Wanka the Yanker to Sancho because he yanked it, but no, it has nothing to do with color. It was him doing the stutter step. Off of
No,
being cold, just go up, kick it, bro. You're cold. You're not warmed
no,
up.
but all of England is giving them racist death threats,
Are
like
you
all kinds of shit.
serious?
So,
Fuck
yeah,
them.
so it's pretty rough. I have a coworker that's very close ties to Britain. She's literally from England, and she just moved here last year.
Holy
So all
shit.
her family's there, and she said it is really bad, like almost like George Floyd bad, in England right now, like really bad. So I wanted to wear this support for them because that's some bullshit. Like you can be mad
That
at them for
is.
missing, you can be mad at them for all that, but it has nothing to do with their color. That didn't make them miss the shot. So like,
That's a
it's just
fucking
kind of
euro, dude.
ridiculous that racist stuff still happens. So I'm just gonna wear the England jersey to kind of
Yeah, no,
support
I
that.
had no idea about
But
any of that. That's annoying as fuck.
yeah, so um, as far as the game was concerned, it was a great game. England, I think we talked about it. It was before. No, it was. We haven't talked about it yet, right? No, we talked about it
Yeah,
going
we talked
into it.
about it. No, we haven't talked about anything at all, really.
Yeah, they scored really early and then changed their strategy completely to play defense the entire game, which
Yeah.
was really dumb against Italy. We know that Italy's going to score, and of course they did.
Yeah, I was
So
behind the bar. I was able to actually watch it. It was really slow. So I was able to watch it. And right after that quick goal, I was like, what are you guys doing? It's like they did not want to push it at all.
mm-mm.
They would just take it a half, push it back, and do that like not even quick set, that slow work your way up. And it was annoying to watch. And ultimately, it came back to bite them in the ass. And it
Yeah,
happened exactly the way they wanted to, except they came out doing the same shit in the 46th minute. And Italy was able to jump on it within 15, 20 minutes and even it up. And
right.
we all know what happened in the penalties.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just we're not going to talk about it too much because we don't have a lot of huge international soccer fans. But I think I put this loss on England's coach. You don't
Yeah.
sub in fresh legs literally with one touch, like 18 seconds left in the game after all the stall for the corner kick. I think they played 18 seconds before the free kick or the penalty kicks, and that's ridiculous. I don't care how good they are. I don't care if they're offensive players. Blah blah blah. You don't do that. You can't put a guy in cold and expect him to just do anything. It's like even Steph, like putting in Steph cold with no warm up and saying, "All right, hit this half court shot or we lose immediately." Like
But I
it's
promise you,
ridiculous.
Steph's not going to go up there and shimmy before his shot either. He's just going to shoot it. That's my only thing. Like, yo, you're cold, bro. You don't know what there the hell it's going to go, even with your stutter. Eliminate the stutter. Put the fucking ball in net. Make the goalie fucking make
Yeah,
a
they
play.
play too many mind games, I think, because everybody's trying to get that little bit of edge. You see the England
Yeah.
keeper that jumps straight up and down on the line. Everybody
That boy's
wants
got
that
bunnies,
little bit.
dude.
Everybody wants that little bit of edge, and it came back to bite those guys. You saw Harry Kane didn't do anything. He walked right up and just crammed it.
And scored.
And yeah,
Beat
so
the
if you're
shit out of the
confident in
keeper.
your shot, it's going to beat the keeper if you can make a good shot, period. So Italy did the same thing, though. They did their stutter step. They missed their goals as well. So
Yep.
it was on both sides. But you don't need the mind games. The offensive player should win. If you kick it
See,
into the
bro.
side of the net, the keeper will not get to it.
This hat
So
looks fire as shit
yeah,
on
so Seals
camera.
Seals repping that new NBA Finals hat. If you're not watching on YouTube, head over to youtube.com/, no scrubs allowed
Yeah.
pod, I think, and at least check out his hat. It'll be in the thumbnail for sure.
Yeah, it's
But
dope.
I'm gonna have that one that says NBA
Suns in 5,
champs.
baby.
But yeah, that game's huge. We'll talk a little bit about game 3, but I think it went exactly as everyone and their mom planned or thought. But we're talking about these weekends things. The soccer game was just one of many. We also had Wimbledon, and
your boy.
we have to shout out Novak Djokovic, who is now tied at 20 with Nadal and Federer, and he
6 Wimbies.
Is going to play probably about 20 more tournaments than the rest of them moving forward. So he will easily pass them, I believe. Federer's already out of the Olympics, but he doesn't care.
With him gobbling up their staples, like he took Federer's staple now. He took Nadal's staple last time. He's just going to
But he's not – it sucks because he's not taking them from us guys. I mean, he did when it counted a few years back, but we are now – I say we like I'm bros with Nadal and Federer, but they're dropping out in like the quarterfinals in the round of 16. You know, it's – they're stumbling a little early. I think they are at this point where they're both so old that they can get up for the big games. If they're playing Djokovic in a final, they can get up for it. But it's when they're playing that 20th ranked dude in the quarterfinals that they slip a little bit.
And I never even really thought about this. Do you think COVID kind of hurt these tennis players where they really had to take a seat real quick and now they're having to jump back into it and it's not really working?
The older guys, yeah, for sure. Like Federer, I bet it absolutely did. Nadal's on the older side.
Because in tennis, you don't really need training, and it was hard to go train anywhere overseas. They were all bunkered down.
I mean, you do need some training, but you can train on your own.
There's so many tournaments. They're always every weekend they're in a tournament. They're in a tournament 4 out of 7 days. So, but with COVID hitting and then facilities shutting down, I definitely feel like that had something to do with this quickened descend of them two.
Federer, I think Federer was on his way out. He was already only doing Wimbledon for the most part. Nadal is getting to where he's only going to do French, I think, for the next 5 years and just try to win 5 of them and just lock it down that way. That's what I think I would do if I were Nadal, because the rest of the places Djokovic has his number. So come to French, just focus on that and get you literally 3 or 4 more he has in him for sure. So try to put the pressure on Djokovic and just hope some of these young kids come up. But it's looking more and more like it's going to be Djokovic at the end of the day when they're all retired.
Joker's going to snap, and shout out to him, dude, for just sticking with it and going through the struggles that he was going through 10, 15 years ago, and always being not even the third guy. There was always somebody else, some hot name at the time just taking over, and he's like, yo, I'm winning like twice a year right now. Yeah. And he's just continually, steadily been winning and winning and winning and winning, and now he's just going to snap both of their records in half.
Yeah, exactly. And again, shout out to Ash Barty as well on the women's side. She broke down big time. Wimbledon was her jam. She's won the Australian Open, which she's from Australia, and now she won the Wimbledon, and she was happier about Wimbledon. That's just, if you're a tennis player, that's what you grow up wanting to play. It doesn't matter where you live, what court you play on, whatever. Wimbledon is the holy grail of tennis. So shout out to her for finally getting that done and really cruising. I mean, there's no Naomi Osaka, which kind of sucks, but for America, but she cruised. Barty looked good.
Yeah, and it kind of makes you think about women's tennis for America's sake. It's going to be a long while before there's another couple of females out there like them, Serena and Venus sisters. And it kind of stinks, man, because we grew up in the good days of tennis, I guess. I mean, there good days of tennis were back in 70s, really 70s, 80s. But, yeah, with the female side of it, we just had so many competitors. And now it's just like, we're just sitting there watching tennis, which I don't do. So
right. So that's really cool. It was a good weekend. I think it worked really well. We got to see Tom Cruise quite a bit in the stands. I don't really know what that was about, but Seal just got distracted by something.
I'm looking at is that you got a dry erase board behind you?
No, it's I just decided not to move it this time because I was just rushing to try to get it done as quick. It's like a hanger for clothes. It's got a bar across the top to hang clothes on.
It's just the wall on the back. That wall on that side looks wider than that side. 10-4.
Yeah. And it is covering up my UCF thing, but whatever. What was I about to say? Oh, another shout out. Shout out to Barcelona locking Messi down for 5 more years. That saga is going to continue. You know, every year it sounds like he wants out, but then every year he's doing what he's going to do. And he actually took a pay cut this time So he's 5 years out of pay cut. So they're just going to keep signing those big names and just keep running Spain.
That's crazy. Yeah, and I thought for sure he was gonna go somewhere else and just really just destroy somebody's hopes and dreams somewhere. Go to like Man City or something like that. Just really,
That would
really
destroy
go and
everyone's
just
hopes and
yeah,
dreams.
and just like like pull a KD kind of thing. I thought this was gonna happen. I thought it was gonna happen 4 years ago, or 5 years ago. No, it was 4 years ago, and I definitely thought it was gonna happen last year. I thought he was gonna be able to get out of it, and now I'm like, yeah, he's definitely gone. And for him to do another 5 year, that was insane to me. Definitely a big surprise, but maybe just playing with Argentina and getting back into his fun-loving soccer ways. Maybe he's just all right. I know what I have here. I know how much
Right.
money I can get here and what I'm able to do outside of money. So,
I
yeah,
think
smart move.
before Saturday, he needed something to continue to cement his legacy. So he might have needed to go to a non-super team and really do something. But now that they won, whatever it is, theirs is called. Um, what's the South America one called? Who knows? But they beat Brazil in the finals of whatever that one's called, the America's Cup or something like that.
No, I texted
And
you about it.
yeah, but I don't
Dang it.
remember what the
I
name of the
forgot.
cup is
I
called.
forgot too.
It's like the America's Cup or something close to that. They won finally, so he finally got a championship trophy on the big boy team in Argentina. He had two in the non-big boy teams down in the juniors, and so he finally got to get one with the big boys, and that's really exciting. It's not a World Cup. He'll be back at the World Cup in a year and a half, but it's something. It got that monkey off his back, so now I think he can go back to Barcelona and just roll right away.
For
Make
sure.
that
But
money.
real quick, he signed a contract. Somebody who's not going to be able to sign a contract that you like, Godwin. How do you feel about that? That he's going to be under his. Do you think they'll be able to get something next year and just keep him on the tag this year, or
I mean,
he's gone?
he's gonna keep his. He's gonna be on the tag this year, I think, but he'll be gone.
Yeah, he's going to
I
be on the
just,
tag this year.
I
They're
don't
not going
think
to.
they could. They can't pay everybody. So unless, and since
And he's
Brady's
not
sticking
going to take a
around,
cut. He's not going to be one
yeah,
of them guys
Mike
who
Evans already took his
respectfully take.
cut, and
Yeah,
it's not enough, not to take Godwin's too. It got Gronkowski, and it got Antonio Brown, and it got all those other guys. So now, like, you're running out of people that can take a cut. And yeah, they're gonna ask Godwin to take a cut, and he's gonna be like, "Nah, like I'm ready to go
sure
get
that's
paid."
exactly what happened.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, we'll get you for 3 years if you'll do this, and he's like, no, I'll do this year, and I'll
He's
be.
like, "I'll take my one high paid year, and then I'm out."
Yeah.
Hey, win us back-to-back championships, and then we'll talk.
Yeah.
So money talks, but so do rings. And if we can guarantee that we're gonna keep winning, he might.
It's crazy though. He just got one and he wants more. Like, bro, just go get another chip, bro. He's like, no,
I
I
knew it
don't
was
want.
coming. That's just how it works. That's what's going to happen with the Suns too. If we win, a lot of those guys are going to want more money, and it's going to be there's salary caps for a reason. Like you can't do it. So we'll see what happens. But I'm not worried if he leaves. It's not a big deal. Championship windows are short unless you're the Patriots in the late 2000s or whatever. But
Right.
like if I win one, if we even make it to the Super Bowl this year and lose, it's like, man, I'm set for like 5-6 years, and then there will be a new core anyway. So whatever.
Yeah.
What else happened this weekend? We got all kinds of sports. There was some
UFC.
scrub was trying to fight, and but the UFC card was this weekend, and it was hyped up. The trilogy, Poirier versus McGregor. It was huge. The card was a little underwhelming for like that type of stacked card.
It really was.
Sugar Sean, he always either gets the main event of prelims or the first fight of the main card, and he got that again, and he was fighting. I don't really want to call him a scrub because no scrubs allowed, but as far as his fighting technique is concerned, he was getting just manhandled.
Blasted. Yeah, not at all. He got a $75K bonus for getting blasted.
Exactly. That's true.
Big Herb really fucked that one up.
Yeah, Herb could have let him down.
He let him. The kid was gonna keep eating him. I don't think he was gonna fold in the last 30 seconds. Sugar was really pissed off because he really wanted to end him.
He was doing everything in his power to end him, though. Like, shout out to Sean. It's not like he's catching a lot of heat for this. when I mean he threw UFC record number of significant strikes, not even close. Like there's not even a
Yeah,
close second. So I don't know
yeah.
why he's catching shade just because he didn't knock this dude out. But
And the dude was just eating them at 11-day notice. I'm getting
yep,
really pissed off about these switched up fighters.
yeah, it's annoying.
It's getting old. It's getting old quick. But yeah, that's how Dana White's going to keep UFC going, is by just not giving a fucking paying these guys $100,000 when they should be getting about $5 million for their fights. Like
Right.
even that Matino dude, that 75K bonus is life changing for him. But that fight in its own on 11-day notice, anything Sugar would get if he was the main event on Triller,
Mm-hmm.
he would they would be making $15 million a fighter just
Yeah.
because of Sugar. He's the shit. He has a huge following already. He's the next Connor when it comes to
Yeah.
that kind of fan base. And it's Connor had a whole fucking nation, so I
Right.
can't really say that. But in America, with the whole notorious one and all that shit
Mm-hmm.
that America did with Connor, it's kind of like that with Sugar right now. And it's the Sugar show, and he would be making millions of dollars. So that's where I kind of don't like how Dana. It's a business, but you really treat these guys like fucking pawns,
Right.
and they're just able to do that. I don't like that, but that was a hell of a fight. The girls' fight was boring as fuck, which they usually aren't.
It was just domination. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
they usually aren't when it's and up when they're like this up in the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
They're usually really fucking good, but it was just boring to me. Like you said, domination, and it wasn't even like respect domination like
Mm-hmm.
Matino got. It was just goddamn, why the fuck did you even take this fight?
Right.
And I don't even remember the fight after that. Oh, the Greg Hardy.
Yeah. There was
The
the Greg
Greg
Hardy
Hardy
versus
fight.
Tui
He
fight.
got his ass beat. That was the second fight. Greg Hardy got
Yeah.
his ass beat
Yeah.
by Tui. It was awesome because Greg was feeling himself. He
Yeah.
was definitely feeling himself. He dapped up Bruce. He's like, all right, I fucking made it. I
It's crazy because I think he watches too many fights. And I
yeah,
say that in a weird way because you're like, well, shouldn't they watch fights? Shouldn't they watch and learn? But he's watching these kids like Sean, like these other guys that when they clip somebody, they rush in and they start hitting. But that's not how the heavyweights work, bro. Like these heavyweights have a chin on them. They don't just. And Greg really did tag Tui like really well, and Tui even turned, but in a split second, those cobwebs are gone on heavyweights. And when Greg Hardy came rushing in like he was all going to do something, he had his hands down, and that's bad.
yeah.
You even see like Ngannou, when Ngannou catches somebody, he doesn't just dive in there on them. He kind of waits and makes sure something's about to happen. But that's why heavyweights get those cool videos of people just folding over too, which is awesome. But yeah, you can't
Yeah.
knock out everybody in this weight class, and he thinks he can. So
Yeah, it wasn't a bad card. I do wish the Connor fight with Poirier would have went more. Poirier even said he had him beat. He was going to just beat the shit out of him some more. We saw in the last fight in the second round, Poirier came out and just destroyed Connor. And I definitely feel like the same thing was going to happen, especially after Connor stopped with those kicks after he got checked one good time and
yeah,
already kind of in. And that's when he got pointed at by Poirier. And Poirier even said it definitely happened.
right there, yeah. And it's funny because I mean you don't know how much of it was Connor's foot, but and Khabib said it. I didn't actually check the cards, but Khabib said that at least one of the judges gave Poirier a 10-8 round that time. Like he could have had a bunch of 10-8 rounds until Connor actually gave up. Like he was manhandling him. But again,
Yeah,
that could have been the foot at that point for the 10-8. But yeah, he was beating the mess out of him. Once they grappled,
it was fun to
Connor had
watch.
no answer. No
It
answer
was real fun
whatsoever.
to watch.
And it sucks because he's
I
flipped
mean, he almost got
completely.
a guillotine.
He tried.
That was
It
actually
was a good
respect.
guillotine, yeah. But like he flipped completely. He had not only just the nation of Ireland, but he had pretty much all of MMA fans on his side. Everyone wanted to watch. It helped that he was fighting like the Diaz brothers and stuff, and they just talk a lot of shit. But um, it flipped. When did the switch flip? I think it was during the Khabib fight or the prelude to the Khabib fight when he started talking shit about his parents and all that. And now it seems like the world's kind of against him and just wanting him to get knocked out.
It was the whole thing, the talking shit about the parents, the stunts pulling up with the fighters on the
The
fighters
bus,
bus.
and he threw the trash
Yeah,
can or
just
whatever.
just all the crazy shit that he started doing, and you see it all the time, especially with YouTubers. People love them, and then they get this ninja.
Mm-hmm.
People love you, and then you get
And
this
then it
big
just
head, and
flips.
then
Yeah.
we see the real you, the real arrogant you, and we're just kind of like, whoa. And Connor, we loved his arrogance at first. We thought it was awesome. We loved his disrespect. We thought it was the coolest shit in the world because he was about the life of fighting to make money because he came from nothing. Now that he hasn't, the arrogance has just become disgusting, and it's really not friendly to anybody to watch. Even if you are a fan of him, it's kind of like, damn, like I have to be a fan of somebody who really doesn't care about 20 other fighters. He just cares about one person,
Yeah.
hates him so much that he's going to talk about his parents. Like
Yeah.
that's not cool. And the whole, even we all know that Poirier's wife was messaging him to talk shit, and that's why he just shows the request.
Yep. No, that's awesome. But so Poirier moving forward has it easy. He's gonna not has it easy, but his scheduling is easy. He's gonna fight Oliveira. I think it's gonna be a good fight, but I think
That's gonna be
Poirier
a
is
fun
just
fight.
continuing to improve. It's pretty crazy. But
Yeah.
where does Connor go from here? He has at least, I would say, a 6 month. Probably we don't see him for another year, maybe 18 months. What sort of fight can he look forward to, or do you think the money of the quadrilogy is doesn't matter what he does or how
The
he looks?
quadrilogy is not happening. Dustin is not going to take it. He's done.
Mm.
If he
Especially if he's the
takes it,
champ, because he can just be
yeah.
like, nah. Fuck
If he takes it, that's not a good look on him. For me personally, I don't think it would be a good business decision for him. Connor's going to have to find somebody, try to get Nate in there with him, something. But no, he's not fighting anybody up there. He's not fighting in the top five. He's not going to be fifth. He's probably going to be seventh or eighth.
hmm
Excuse me, when he does come back. And his name doesn't hold. He can't get past the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not Dana's fault, but he tries so hard for Connor. He's definitely going to give him something, but it's not going to be the fucking the person trying to get to the title fight. It's going to be somebody who's trying to beat Conor McGregor to be like, all right, cool, yeah, make me top 5 now. I just beat Conor
You know
McGregor.
who I think that should be?
Who?
Jorge Masvidal. He's lost a couple fights. He's
I feel
he's
like he's
trying
the
to come
same
back.
in that same
Yeah,
thing
they're
too.
in the
He needs
same
to give
boat, so
somebody.
somebody needs to.
But they don't need to be back in the top 5 so they can get fucked over by a really good fighter that's only 24, 25 years old. Like, yeah, let them fight each other and they both go. The loser fucking goes home and the winner fights Jake Paul.
The
Like,
other option, which Connor wouldn't go for, would be to turn Connor into a gatekeeper. And when you have these like Islam Makachevs and those guys that are trying to crack in, give them Connor. If Connor beats them, he still stays around 5 to 7. But if they beat Connor, they can jump all the way up into the top 10 and really
yeah,
start to fight the good people.
I think that's both of their next fights. Jorge's going to
Mhm.
win his and Connor's going to lose his. And Connor's going to be swept away under the rug of the UFC. We're going to always think about his mid 2010s run.
Right after that notorious documentary, you can just act like he didn't exist anymore.
Exactly.
Just done. Yeah, that's true. So the weekend was huge with sports, and then the week started, and baseball is taking their All-Star break, and they always do it during the middle of the week or the beginning of the week. It's kind of weird, but of course, the All-Star game got moved to Colorado because of the whole like election crap in Atlanta that was going crazy.
Stupid.
And we already kind of talked about that back when it happened, but anyways, it's in Denver now, and it kind of helped for the home run derby because there were just moonshots galore. But I'm just not a fan of the home run derby anymore. I'm a fan of watching the highlights, but like 4 hours of just this, it just doesn't seem fun to me. Is it geared towards kids? Did I get too old, or am I just seeing something wrong?
No, I think it's just geared towards kids. It's exciting for us as kids to see people do that. But and also in today's baseball, we're seeing these 450 bombs, and not really 450, but like we're seeing these
Just in a
430s,
regular
440s
game.
on a regular
Yeah.
basis now. So these record at that, what was it, 520? And
Yeah,
then
that Soto hit.
Soto hit, and then a little bit later 540 something from Vlad Jr. or something
Yeah.
like that. Just those are amazing to see, and that's why we watch the highlights. But these bombs that these guys are hitting 450 plus, we are seeing with 95 plus cutters and fastballs and sinkers and shit like that. So I think that's definitely taken away from the home run derby. But also, like you said, it's not they putting in too much antics and side talks and all this shit to where that's really dragged out, and they have the pauses and all this stuff nowadays. No, just do a fucking minute of hitting, and then if they hit over 20 home runs, they get the 30-second bonus time, which every home run after that raises some kind of money, and then you're on
Right.
to the next fucking hitter, and when we have an hour and a half of home run derby, and it's over.
Yeah. No, full disclosure, I came home with somewhat plans to watch it. I turned it on and I saw Pete Alonso in the first round rake 35 home runs on 39 pitches. And I was like, well, it's not getting any better than this. And I clicked it. Like, not even kidding. That's exactly my thought process. And I started watching USA basketball, which didn't get any better either. But yeah, so that's what I did. I saw and I was like, that's going to be the best round. And so I turned it off, and it turned out that that was the best round, and he was the winner. So shout out to him, whatever.
Go Gators.
That was that huge 35. That was fun to watch, just him cranking every single pitch out like it's nothing. But that was about it. I was good for 5 minutes.
And that no batting practice kind of fucked over Ohtani because he's not used to them.
He missed his first anymore. 9 pitches or something.
It was crazy because if I was a betting man, I would have put my money on Ohtani and bet 100 to win 60.
And once he started getting in that groove, if he would have taken that batting practice, he hit like 16 straight or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just the way it is. The home run derby is a crapshoot, but it's fun for a little bit. It's fun to watch the highlights. And then the All-Star game is more fun, but it's just the American League beating the National League every single year. I don't even understand why. Like, it's not really even a DH thing, I don't think, at this point. But what is it? Why does the American League always win?
The Red Sox, baby. They was racked up on Red Sox and Blue Jays. So that
Vlad stole the whole weekend or
the AL East,
couple days or whatever. But
yeah, no, I have no idea, honestly. A lot of it maybe with pitching too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the NL has been ruling the pitching, but
and Scherzer started again, which I don't know that he's the best pitcher anymore, but whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, we didn't give up a run for like 5 innings,
right.
And we were just able to bomb and bomb and bomb for the most part. It was a fun game to watch. I watched from the 3rd inning on when I got home, and here comes tip off. Let's go, Suns.
Yeah.
So it was. I appreciate the in-game interviews. I liked it a lot. Baseball, it should do that more often. And
those mic'd up things and stuff are cool too.
Yeah,
I don't know
really
if they did
cool.
that
Yeah,
anymore.
they were talking to who's that guy that you don't like? Let's go, Puck. Who's that guy that you don't like? He's on the cover. Tatis.
Oh yeah.
They're interviewing Tatis whenever Vlad hit that bomb, and he was like, "Oh," and he says something, and they're like, say something to him. And when he walked around, he obviously said something to him in Spanish.
Right.
So I don't know.
So we don't know what he actually said.
Yeah, I don't know what he said, but it's cool that stuff's able to happen. And more of that in baseball will definitely bring more fans in. And there's no reason it can't happen. There's a good 7 to 10 seconds between each pitch where players are just waiting. And then you can snap right back into it.
So they've done this before for Dodgers games where they'll talk to the starting pitcher after he comes out. They're in like the 7th inning or whatever. They'll talk to Clayton Kershaw just during the game, and he'll still be cheering on his guys while he's like talking. And that is really cool. I like when they do that. But yeah, all in all, it was a fun weekend. We talked about a lot of stuff in a really short time. And because obviously I said the basketball game is coming on. So let's talk real quick about that. Before we get out of here. Game 3, like I said in the intro, was exactly what we expected, in my opinion. It was going to be Milwaukee's best shot. They were down 0-2. They were coming back home. Everybody knew that they needed to win. And on top of that, everything went wrong for the Suns as far as foul troubles and missed shots and stuff like that. So do you read too much out of a 20-point just blowout like that?
No, not with the second chance points, the offensive rebounds by the Bucks, the whistle blowing from the refs. It was miraculous that they only lost by 20. To be honest, after watching the game,
right?
It was dreadful to watch. Cam Johnson, he keeps looking good. He was probably
He got
a
himself a
bright point.
poster, which was nice.
Yeah, there was a couple bright spots to look at in that game when all in all the NBA was not going to let the Suns win in four. They're not making enough money on this without LeBron, so they're
Right.
damn sure not going to let it end in 4 games. They need a little bit more ad revenue. They need a couple more games in this. So we'll see a little bit more of the same in this game tonight. I feel like with the whistle blowing and stuff, but I feel like you're not going to see a 4-18. I believe is what Book finished
I think
with
it was
because
three for 18.
3 for 18 because I know he didn't play the last 15 minutes of the
Right.
game,
Monty
and
said, "Yo, Adam called me, and you got to sit down, buddy."
so he didn't play good at all. But that's not going to happen. So it's going to be more or less the same of that Clippers game where the refs and the Clippers almost came back to steal it
Right.
until the basketball gods came back
Came
to
back and gave us that
came
tip
back to
in.
force shame Ty Lue for trying to be a dumbass on that timeout. Whatever, not timeout, that review.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Suns team is made for that grit and grind. Yeah, CP3, bro,
Oh
made
no,
for that.
I think I'm a drive ahead of you.
Oh, let's go then. but this team's made for that grit and grind. They are perfect to come back. The rest can do that all they want to let this team go ahead by 7, 8, 10, 12. Doesn't really matter. We're going to be able to go on runs and get it done and get timeouts, get fouls calls, get them in trouble, be able to get our off the timeout, our inbound sets going where Monty's the best in the game at it. And CP3 is the best in the half court offense. So keep blowing the whistle. Keep getting us in our little sets. We'll dagger you sooner or later, especially in 7.
So you jokingly said Suns in 5 with your normal meme, but let's make bold predictions right now in the sense of will we be talking about an NBA championship next podcast, or will we be talking about a Game 7 next podcast?
No, I think we'll be going live before next podcast, celebrating,
on Saturday,
taking shots
on Saturday.
Yeah, I'll be at the bar. We'll be whipping up some shots. Nah, I'll be off by then probably.
I'd love for the Suns to win it and close out in Phoenix. That would be beautiful.
Yeah, the game's
in Game 5, not 7.
10.
I hope if you're listening, Suns. If you lose Game 5, go ahead and win it in Milwaukee. That's fine. But no, I was talking to my friend who's in Phoenix, and they've closed out every single round so far on the road. And obviously, last year when they went 8-0, it was in a bubble. So the fans haven't really had much playoff success to really cheer for on court and get it going. So hopefully they can end it in Game 5, and that would be wonderful. So I think we'll win this one, and I think we close it out in 5. I'm with you.
Yeah, let's get it.
That's the hope. All right. So do we have anything that we missed before covering before we get out of here?
Not really. Olympics don't start next week, do they? No, the week after. We're good.
Yeah. Opening ceremony is at 4:30 in the morning my time on Friday, the 23rd.
Fuck Tokyo, bro. Oh, yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. So a lot of families are, I wouldn't say gifted, but a lot of families are helped out with airfares and stuff like that to go. It's like up to like 5 people an athlete or something ridiculous like that. All of the sponsors and shit for the Olympics, they help pitch in and get families and stuff over to the Olympics because these athletes want to go and share that with their families.
Right.
Well, Tokyo, they're having in Japan a surge of COVID right now. So no extras whatsoever. No spectators of any kind are going to be at the Olympics. So we are going to have a bubble basketball tournament again.
Yeah.
I am not excited for this. I thought about it at first. I thought about Garrett and the family. I was like, damn, that sucks. And then I thought about the actual team sports with arenas and shit. And even the swimming that gets loud as fuck in those aquariums.
Yeah.
Aquariums. I said aquariums, not a fucking zoo. Kind of is like a human zoo though. You're watching people in water.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be weird, man. And hopefully our guys can stay safe. Maybe that's why we're sucking so much in the exhibitions. We're like, all right, we're obviously not it.
Yeah, right.
Get some other fucks to go over there and get COVID.
Maybe Kevin Love's trying to get sent home. And he has looked bad, bro.
Bro.
He has looked really
I
bad.
don't even want to talk about those exhibition games. It's just exhibitions. Maybe they're waiting
Yeah,
for the full squad to get there. They're really not running their full sets right now. That's probably why Papa's so pissed. Like, bitch, this
right.
is even our real team.
They
We're just out
schooled
there.
Argentina today or yesterday,
Yeah.
whenever that was.
They're just out there
So
playing around right now. Wait till we get this full squad and we have fucking players in the championships of our fucking best league in the world.
we'll
Okay,
get to
calm down.
play if the Suns do win in five. I don't know how quickly the players will travel, but we might get to play Spain with a full squad next week. So that would be cool to really get in there and play against Spain, who is really the second best team in the world every year. So um, that would be great. But yeah, I'm not excited about bubble Olympics, but I am excited about the Olympics and I want them to happen. So let's hope and pray that no crazy COVID outbreaks happen and we get a full Olympics with nothing crazy to go on.
For sure.
But yeah, so we're gonna get out of here. But once again, I just want to tell England, back up, slow down.
For real.
Whoever's doing all that crap, we've been through it. They stepped up and supported us, and we're kneeling at the national anthem and things like that, and we love it. So I'm gonna stand up here and support you guys, all the players that are getting all that backlash. Rashford's one of your guys. Saka's one of my guys. I get to watch them week in and week out, and I love those guys, and I hope that they don't let this really dig at them because people dream. Every single kid that plays soccer dreams of playing in like a Euros or a World Cup or something, and to let down your international team is bad enough. So all the stuff getting piled on top of that is so much worse than just what they already feel inside from letting them down.
Yeah.
So what do you got?
Yeah, and I didn't know all that stuff going on in England with all that stuff, and I really don't know what's going on in Cuba right now.
Oh
I
yeah,
I saw some people on the roads last night where I'm at, waving their flags, honking their horns, and stuff like that. And I don't really know what it is, but I do know here in America, we've been through a lot of shit in the last couple of years, and we became a lot closer as a country. And it seems like there's other countries out there that are kind of falling apart a little bit at the seams when it comes to being a country, being a community, and that's where we need to come together and just show support and show love for them and all those people that are being attacked and offended right now. It's crazy to think that this is something that's starting to happen all over the world, man. And at the end of the day, if everybody would just love of everybody, and we get pissed off at people, I still cannot stand Jason, not Jason Myers, fucking Lambo for missing the fucking kick 2 years
oh
ago.
yeah,
And I still can't fucking stand the Gators kicker who missed the fucking kick against LSU this past year.
and the
But
guy that threw the shoe and
but I don't. The guy that
oh
threw the shoe, I don't give a fuck what their color is. It's what they
yeah,
do. It's that he
right,
missed the fucking field goal. It's that he threw the shoe. It's that Sancho yanked the shot on goal. It's that. It's not the color. It's nothing like that. You can't hate people for how they were fucking born. Like, I'm blessed
right,
every day to be born in America, and I don't give a fuck that I'm white. I'm just
yeah,
happy that I was born in America. I wouldn't give a shit if I was African American, Mexican American. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm Indian, Polish American. Nobody that lives here,
right,
unless you're a fucking true Native American, is American. We're all immigrants at the end of the day, and we all need to love everybody and show support for these people in these countries that are just going through shit right now because of color of their skin and just for having to be born in Cuba. It's nothing that they did. It's just the way that they were born. And for that to be put on people is just a shame. And hopefully one day we can overcome that. And hopefully one day we can all be studs and not scrubs.